Spending your summers away from home can be fun. Just don't forget your physical media. What's inside the Scream Factory's Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3 4K releases? Shortly, I will be cutting open the tape to reveal the contents inside. I have just ordered this from Scream Factory about a month or so ago, and they finally have it arrived to my doorstep. Well, that's a bit of a lie. It didn't arrive right to my doorstep. I had to truck my way to my post office where I usually pick up my parcels. Sorry for spitting on everybody here. Inside, though, this box, and the main reasons why it's as long as it is because there's also some rolled-in posters. Seems to be something, though, that Scream Factory does a lot of. Their new recent releases, they always tend to include posters. That's a good and a bad thing. The bad is, though, it tacks on the price of what you then... I know I shouldn't really be waving my knife. It tacks on to the price of what you normally would be paying for just the movies alone. The positive, though, at least, is it ensures that nothing's going to be damaged inside. Very unlikely, I'm sure, that the movies that are inside are going to be damaged at all, because of course it's going to have a larger box. Sometimes, though, I have ordered from Scream Factory in a smaller box, just only around the areas of the movie, and it has arrived damaged. I don't think the likelihood of this being, I say this now, I don't think the likelihood there would be that anything's going to be damaged inside. It's funny, though, enough that we're actually talking about Sleepaway Camp. Just recently, in fact, actually, I picked up a couple of Sleepaway Camps, not really knowing right away that Scream Factory had plans to announce either one of these titles. I have both Sleepaway Camp 2, Unhappy Campers, and also have Sleepaway Camp 3, Teenage Wasteland. These came to us from Pied Piper, a rather relatively unknown, for me at least, boutique label that was doing film, obviously, re-releases. The thing about that, though, is while it does have, I guess, the quality of the pictures are fine and good, but I gotta say, like, the actual inserts are terrible. I mean, both of these, sure, yes, look like the original posters, but why did they have to do them in, like, this orange treatment? When I see something like this, I think it's more like Halloween. The actual inserts, though, the actual inserted CDs, if I can open this up here, there we go. Just bare basics. Again, you've just only got the movie itself. I don't even think really it had much in the way, no, it doesn't really have anything else in the way of features. This one either also, yeah, has nothing really other than just exactly the movie itself. So again, like, it's very bare bones. I was kind of really, again, disappointed by hearing the announcement of Scream Factory, because I thought to myself, well, why would I have spent the money to get these, knowing, though, that Scream Factory was going to do something similar? Well, they didn't really do something similar. We're going to talk more about that in a moment. It's also something, too, I know I've spent very little time actually doing any cutting. We're going to get to that in a second. Still would recommend holding on to your original Scream Factory Sleepaway Camp, because they have yet again to release the original. So this one is still going to be going for good prices online. I think Sleepaway Camp is a pretty inexpensive movie to pick up. Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3, scalpers, I'm sure, have now started to drop the prices down, because again, now that Scream Factory has released their titles. That being said, though, let's go ahead and cut the paper. I know I've eaten up so much of your time so far. Cut the paper tape on one side, cut the paper tape then on the other, and then we'll meet in the middle. Now, I'm careful to do this. I say careful. I don't really know how deep I'm actually cutting this. I just want to make sure, though, I'm not damaging anything inside the box. Luckily, though, seems to be the case. Scream or Shout Factory always includes the paper inserts or the paper packing, just to ensure that nothing's going to get damaged. So we can discard that quickly. And then we got ourselves the two movies. We got ourselves the extra slips. And we also have ourselves the posters. Now, I'm not going to open up and show the posters. This is basically just a smaller version of what they're going to be looking like. Sleepaway Camp 2, this is the original poster art. As a kid seeing this in a video store, I'm sure I wasn't the only one that thought, is this a Freddy versus Jason tease? That there was a Freddy glove and there was a Jason mask. Sleepaway Camp 2, Sleepaway Camp 3, Teenage Wasteland, that's also included there as well. But you get, like, the original posters. I don't think, though, the new artwork is going to be featured on the posters themselves. I think the posters, as far as I remember, are only just the originals. Let's just have a look here and see. I really wasn't planning to open this up. You know what? Let's see if we can cut this carefully. We'll cut carefully the tape here just to make sure that nothing gets damaged. Do this on both sides. There we go. I just want to take... Okay, it is also the new artwork also as well. So even though there's really just the advertisements of the original movie posters 2 and 3, they have also included, that's right, the new artwork also in there as well. So we're going to put the posters over there. If you're wondering, though, what the new artwork's going to look like, we'll kind of get to that more in a moment. Again, I'm going to also bring back my original titles here. So Sleepaway Camp, the original Deluxe Blu-ray set from Scream Factory. The Pied Piper releases of Sleepaway Camp 2 and Sleepaway Camp 3. We're going to hold on to those as well. If you have purchased these, and I would certainly say try to track these down as well. One of my big disappointments of the Scream Factory 4Ks is that they're only in fact 4Ks. They have not included the Blu-ray, and I think that first of all is a missed opportunity. Maybe they only had the licensing available to only release the titles in 4K. But I really feel like anything that's being released now from any boutique label, Scream Factory or otherwise, should always include a 4K UHD, and they should also pack that along with the Blu-ray. So what we get here is the original, based again on the poster art, Sleepaway Camp 2. On the back, though, new 4K restoration of the 35mm interpositive, presented in Dolby Vision. New return to Sleepaway Camp 2, looking at the making of the film with counselor Jeff Hayes, author of Sleepaway Camp, the making of the movie and reigniting the campfire. New, I'm a Happy Camper, interview with actor Brian Patrick Clark. New, Camp Carnage, inside the makeup effects. Interview with special makeup effects artist Bill Johnson. Audio commentary with director Michael A. Simpson and screenwriter Fritz Gordon. A Tale of Two Sequels, Part 1, Back to Camp, featuring interviews with Michael A. Simpson, actress Amy Fields, director of photography Bill Mills, and more. Abandoned locations of Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3. Behind the scenes footage, home video trailer, Whatever Happened to Molly, short film, and still gallery. The running time on this, by the way, this was released in 1988. I'm trying my best to find how long this movie actually is. I do not see it. Was it 88 minutes? I feel like it was 88 minutes. Well, the Pied Piper release of this will also tell me, no, it's 80 minutes. 80 minutes for that. So we get ourselves, of course, the 4K release. Let's cut that quickly open. Again, I just don't know why that Scream Factory chose not to include the Blu-ray. It may have something to just... I mean, the prices of what these things are going for now, Blu-ray always seem to be an obvious thing to include. And yet, yeah, there you go. You're only going to be getting the Ultra UHD. So, we have ourselves again, we have the movie, we have the original slipcover, and then what we also get as well is we get brand new slipcovers. So let's go ahead and open these up. Now, these would be also what the posters would be, just a larger version of that. So let's, careful. Oh, these things are never always the easiest thing to open up. Just rip the plastic carefully here. Now, you're probably already asking yourself, hey, brah. You don't have to call me brah, by the way. I couldn't help but notice that you've got yourself the 2 limited edition new artwork slipcovers. What possibly are you now going to do with the originals? Oh, I have ideas for that. So we have Sleepaway Camp 2, Unhappy Campers, brand new artwork here. Again, not really much in the way of features on the back. I was kind of surprised that they didn't not have... I mean, when it really comes to like the inserts, I know really the insert is still something that, well, the slip is something you can just take off, and it shows you all the features on the back of the case. I still really feel, though, I would have preferred not to have an artwork or a picture imaged on the back. I would rather if they had just used this, literally this exact same thing on the back. And just put that on the back of the insert. When that comes to, or I keep saying inserts, when it comes to the slip covers, let me know what you prefer. Do you like the idea that they just basically put an image or some artwork on the back of it? Or do you actually like the idea that you'd be able to slide this off the shelf? And on the back of the slip cover, you'd still be able to make out the features, everything that's going to be on the movie itself, the runtime, the release date. Let me know what you guys think. So we have ourselves 2 versions of this. Sleepaway Camp 2, the UHD, and of course Sleepaway Camp, the original poster art. My plan, because initially I was kind of thinking to myself, I've wasted the money to get the Pied Piper, I'll probably just get rid of those. Then when I went back to look at what I had ordered from Scream Factory, I realized they only had planned to release this in 4K. So I'm not necessarily disappointed that I did get myself the Pied Piper release of this. Because what I have planned now is I'm going to take the release from Scream Factory and I'm going to add the new slipcover to this. Careful to slide this over top. Hey, that looks nice. What's really cool, though, is that you can see Angela's on the side there. Now, what I'm going to plan now to do with this cover, even though it really isn't 4K, it's still a Blu-ray, I'm going to actually put this on the Blu-ray release. Might be something, too, that you may want to find yourself doing. And just to show you guys the differences between the two. Yeah, like the original poster art is a little bit more of an olive green. And then the new poster art is kind of more of a black spine. So I'll be able to tell right away the differences between the two. If I ever want to watch the Blu-ray, because I don't have 4Ks in every room, I only have one 4K player. If I want to watch a Blu-ray somewhere else in the room, I can then just grab the one from Pied Piper. Doesn't have really much in the way of the features. It only has strictly the 80-minute long movie. And I have it maybe watching that. I can always choose to watch the 4K at a different place. So I have myself the new artwork for Sleepaway Camp 2. And then, of course, I have the Pied Piper release using the original poster art. We're going to do the same here as well. I just kind of move everything out of the way. So we've got Sleepaway Camp 2, Teenage Wasteland. Again, the original poster art. She's back to slash last year's record. If we'd open this up, just to also show you as well, we're going to cut the case. I don't believe also that there's no flip around insert. I think what you're seeing here is basically what you're going to be getting. Yeah, as you can see, it's only printed on the one side. Still, you only have just the 4K UHD release of Sleepaway Camp 3. You're not getting any other thing besides that. For Sleepaway Camp 3, new 4K restoration of the 35mm Interpositive presented in Dolby Vision. New return to Sleepaway Camp 3, looking at the making of the film with counselor Jeff Hayes, author of Sleepaway Camp, making the movie, reigniting the campfire. New, weeding out the bad inside the stunts. Interview with stunt coordinator Lonnie Smith Jr. New, Angela's greatest hits inside the Sleepaway Camp songs. Interview with songwriter-performer John Atlin. Audio commentary with director Michael A. Simpson and screenwriter Fritz Gordon. A Tale of Two Sequels, again, part 2, New Victims and New Horizons, featuring interviews with Michael A. Simpson's actor Mark Oliver, Daryl Witcher, Sandra Dorsey, Kim Wall, and more. Behind-the-scenes footage, Sleepaway Camp 3 work print from VHS, deleted scenes, home video trailer, Tony Lives, short film, and still gallery. This was released in 1989. Still, I can't seem to find the run time for this. But though I can actually go back to the Pied Piper release. Pied Piper has that showing as also 80 minutes. I think the other one was 80 minutes too. So while we have ourselves the original poster art here, I'm going to make use of the new artwork, which again does have Angela a little crazier this time around. But what I really think is cool, where's my other artwork here? You can see that if you put the two together, that's Angela right in the middle. So it looks clearly like they've done one large image and then just split it up between the slips. So let's just get this all going on here. Now, honestly, I'll level with you guys. I kind of got away really from the idea of new artwork on slips. I kind of like the poster art more so. Because of that, I'm actually glad that they included both versions of the slip covers. Because if you just prefer to have the regular slip cover, I think they only have made available for that as well. If you do want to go with the deluxe version, or like, I guess the limited edition run that's going to give you the both slip covers. Again, some may just choose to put one of them away, but again, I think if you have yourself the Pied Piper releases, you could just easily use them for those. Let's just get, again, the slip cover going here. And let's slide this on the case. And what we had done before, we'll do again. So again, we'll just slide that on. Now we've got Sleepaway Camp 2, or Sleepaway Camp 3. We've got Sleepaway Camp 2. Put them on the shelf. Really should then look like this. You got the original, well, you got the new artwork there on the top, which then of course matches the front. I like that. I think that's really cool. They probably could have, well, they likely did it this way so that you could still see Angela's eye. Technically, if you really put the two together, it looks like Angela has 2.5 eyes. But still nice looking artwork on these. Then what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to take my Pied Piper release, slide over Sleepaway Camp 3, and then when it goes to putting it on the shelf, I'll have myself the 2 new 4K releases of it, and then I'll have the 2 original Blu-rays. Then, of course, we still have the original Sleepaway Camp. I don't know what plans really Scream Factory has to release the original Scream Factory or the original Sleepaway Camp. Or for that matter, they've really yet to release a proper Blu-ray release, a return to Sleepaway Camp. A very dismal movie. Terrible, terrible sequel. But if you have already been kind of collecting the Sleepaway Camp movies, it would be nice to also get a new Blu-ray release of that as well. So this is basically what this is going to look on my shelf. The original 1, 2, and 3 all in Blu-rays. And then I'm going to have the new 4Ks of Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3. Of course, with that, though, you also get yourself the posters. Honestly, though, I might just display the original movie posters. Not really sure if I love the new artwork enough to have it on my walls. The question really then is asked, is this worth the price that it was asking for? I think when it was all in, with the conversion, with the shipping, all the fun stuff as a Canadian collector I have to pay, I want to say it was well within, I think, what, $2.5 maybe $200, a little bit over than that. That's a lot, really, honestly. The fact that it is really only 2 movies, and you also get yourself the posters. I know, yes, you still get yourself the original slipcovers, but I don't know if that's still worth over $200. That's a lot for physical media. I mean, in the end, though, you still get yourself 4Ks, but I think for the price, really, that Scream Factory were listing these for, there's nothing at all to say that they couldn't have released these with the 4Ks and the Blu-rays for each of the releases. These, by the way, I think also sold separately too. So if there's only really one that you want to get over the other, if you don't love Sleepaway Camp 3, I don't really love Sleepaway Camp 3. I think the second one really is the better. I mean, it's nowhere near the original, but I think Sleepaway Camp 2 is really the best of the sequels. What do you guys think of these? Let me know down below in the comment section. Do you guys think really that Scream Factory and other boutique labels charge way too much for new physical releases? The fact, again, that we only have 1 disc for each copy for each movie for the price that they were selling it for, I think it's a little on the high side. It sort of seems like what Scream Factory is doing to offset the prices of what they're selling these sets for, they tend to always throw in posters. Many may not want the idea of displaying something with a poster. Many might just feel it's a bit of a tease, unfortunately, that in order to get these with the new slips, you have to then invest in getting a poster that you have no plans at all of ever displaying. But let me know what you guys think of these down below in the comment section, and if you have also ordered these for yourself. If you guys did enjoy this video, certainly do it a solid and throw it a like. If you guys want to stick around for more, so I hope so. Hit that subscribe, turn on that bell so you can get the reminders every single time a new video posts. And in case you are curious, an FYI, there are, yes, more videos coming your way. As always, thanks for watching. See you guys next time.